some sound over here.
You are a part of the Ace and TJ radio family.
Go.
This is launch control.
Let's synchronize, shall we?
Ace, TJ, Riggins, Alexis, Tech D-Rob.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Let's go!
Live from the Calitrin Studios, this is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Whew. Still so cold outside, y'all, but it's cozy in here. We got the TV lights that are more dim than these old aggressive fluorescent lights above us, and so it just feels kind of cozy in here.
So
we need some soups or something.
Got those aggressive fluorescent lights in here.
Oh,
that you
God.
gotta watch out for.
It's just because the light just attacks you from a fluorescent. It's like a chemical weapon. Just don't like it.
Yeah, so I don't know what it is for everybody. What is it, 22 here? I think it's 22 this morning. Yesterday was 14. But it's not bad. As long as the wind's not blowing, it's okay. But I saw a thing over the weekend that said, hey, remember when once winter started, you had to wear a coat every day? Not anymore.
Yeah. It's supposed to be 70 by the end of the week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
Global warming rules.
Yeah.
Riggins, you had to get out with that dog this morning, walking him around.
I walked him this morning, and it was bitterly cold, and then you got to do it. And cars are driving. I'm like, what are you doing? It's 2:30 in the morning. Go. What are you doing now? Go home.
I thought about you yesterday, Riggins, because I was up and it was 14, and I had to take. And I was like, I told him, man, just stay in bed. I got everything going, and I'll let the dog out. And we walked outside, and I was like, man, you better make this fast.
Quick.
Now he did, but we have grass right in front of our townhouse, so he said to go out and pee real quick. So he just went out, came right back in. But I thought, I wonder if Riggins does the full walk.
No, yesterday it was too cold, so I put on my slippers, and a big heavy jacket, and I just did it quick. I was just not going to put up with it yesterday.
Yeah, because it was
But
super
Saturday,
cold.
Yeah, Saturday we were out and about.
Yeah. Y'all are prisoners, aren't you?
Yeah.
Full-on prisoners. Bless.
Yeah, that's legit. You really do become kind of a prisoner.
Now, does every dog suffer from Munchausen? Not Munchausen. Where you fall in love with your captors. Stockholm syndrome. Yeah. Technically, yes, right? If they love their owners,
Sure.
then that's Stockholm syndrome.
I like to think we're not captors necessarily.
But, I mean, you control, how far they can go outside. You control when they eat. You control when they go to the doctor and when they don't. Yeah, so there's a reason, dogs belong to masters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they
Because y'all are enslaving these dogs.
Do people still refer to themselves as the dog's master, or have they done away with that? I don't know. I'm not up on dog culture speak, but I wonder if they even use that term anymore.
I'm not sure. Probably not, because it's offensive to the dog. Riggins wrote us a note this morning about a dog that he saw, and I'm guessing you didn't know the sex of the dog.
No.
So he wrote "they" when he was referring to the dog.
No.
Yeah.
So that's to not misgender the dog. So I don't know what you can say about animals.
That's interesting. I've never even thought about not misgendering a dog or something like that. I would have just gone with he.
And that's the problem.
That would probably be the problem, yeah. Let's
Yes.
see what's trending.
It's not the news, it's more important. Now trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ show.
So we'll get to the biggest story of the day. I'm sure you can already imagine. The internet is abuzz this morning. I'll tell you why, but you probably already know. But first, Ron DeSantis suspended his presidential bid and endorsed Donald Trump yesterday, late morning, early afternoon, and he was trending for a couple of minutes, and then that quickly went away because of the events of the evening.
Sad.
So now it's like a two-person race.
Yeah, he would have easily made the best president of any of them, hands down.
Yeah, just
And
said it
now-
wasn't the right time.
Yeah.
I don't know when will be the right time for it, but he said it wasn't now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not to say I don't like Donald Trump, because I do, but I think DeSantis would have been better.
Noted. Marked. Mr. Beast is closing a deal with Amazon Prime Video. They said the deal is worth $100 million. So he's going to bring it sounds like he's bringing basically what he does on his YouTube channel, like these stunts and charity things to Amazon Prime Video. But the first episode is going to air on his YouTube channel before it airs on Prime Video. So they're definitely trying to capitalize on his existing audience and bring them over to Prime Video. But will anybody watch it? That's the question. Like, can this format exist? Can he change the format and have it live on Prime Video with a totally different audience, maybe similar content? Will it work? A lot of people are just like, no, we don't care. We don't want it.
You know what I always wonder, though, most about Mr. Beast is if he grew up being an Ace and TJ radio family member. Because he's from an area where we're heard on the radio.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is that?
I think he can listen to his local radio station would be Bob 93.3.
Okay.
I think.
Yes, he's in Greenville,
North Carolina. Yeah.
Okay. People have an odd reaction to him. They call it what he does performative altruism, where you do these kind acts, but you're doing it for views and for money. Like you're earning money, and that's why you're doing those things. And what is the inherent problem in doing that? Like, does the charity still count if the only reason you're doing it is for money for yourself?
Well, that's not the only reason he's doing it, because he was doing other things when he was young. He was already establishing himself as a streamer and all. Yeah. And then he decided, hey, I want to start doing charitable things, because he doesn't want to do all of these things. But he was already following a path where he would have been, pretty well off as a streamer if he would have just stuck with that, playing video games and doing crazy stuff. So I think it's a little bit of both. But I also think these critics have no answer either, and they can't do anything.
Yeah.
So they just sit around and point fingers and criticize. But what are they doing?
Right, nothing.
Yeah.
I think the charity, if you're doing the work, then you did the charity work. Like, who cares? But a lot of people will say, like, well, this is inherent of a bigger problem. You're only motivated to do kind things if you get clout or money for it. Is that a problem?
He wouldn't be able to do all of these charity things if he didn't have the money to do it.
Yeah.
Each one funds the next one.
Yeah.
Right.
And ask the people who get the assistance if they care.
Yeah, well, somebody said, you're forcing these things. Why don't you go and talk to those people and ask them what they need instead of just thrusting a cheeseburger and a drink in their hand, an analogy. But
you can't do anything else anymore.
Yeah.
He's doing much more than most people. Leave him alone.
Most of me thinks like, well, who cares if you're doing it for views and you're going to get money from it? You still built a well for people that didn't have water. But a lot of people say this is just like not a good trend to keep going forward.
Do they criticize shows like, whatever that show was called, where they would go in and take somebody's house over? Ty Pennington would take over their house and rebuild it for them and all of that kind of stuff. Would they say the same thing about them?
Yeah, I don't know.
That?
Probably.
I think they're just jealous, and they're not doing anything either in public or anonymously, either one.
Yeah.
So they want to sit on the porch and bark and not take the time to chase any cars.
Yeah. Love that. And then there was some football on yesterday. I'm sure you heard. Detroit Lions won the afternoon game, but the game everybody's talking about is the Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs. They are the top trending topics at the moment. Chiefs won. The poor Bills lose the game on a field goal at the end of the game, wide right. But Taylor Swift was there. Travis Kelce's brother was there, Jason Kelce, and he's kind of like the hottest thing on the internet this morning. He was ripping his shirt off. He was drinking beers and going crazy with the Buffalo Bills fans. He went to a couple tailgate parties.
He jumped out the window of the private suite at one point and shirtless and was pounding beers with the Buffalo fans. Then jumped back in, and then a few minutes later they cut back up there to show Taylor Swift, and he's still shirtless.
Yeah,
for whatever reason,
he's hanging out.
He's just hanging out in the box without his shirt on. Like he was pounding more beers.
Yeah.
He was having a great time. That's what happens when you retire.
He was embraced by the Bills fans, totally, even though he was rooting for his brother and the Chiefs.
So wait, the most important thing though is this. This is the second playoff win for Taylor, right? So she's 2-0 in the playoffs.
2-0. That's right.
Good for her.
2-0 and headed to the AFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, I hope she can hang on and Well, who are they playing the AFC Championship? Oh, Baltimore. Yeah.
In Baltimore.
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one for Taylor.
Yeah. I think
that's
so.
going to be a tough
People
game.
already threatening her, saying, don't come, people posing with weapons and stuff don't come to Baltimore. They burned her in effigy. They burned her face. The Bills fans did out in the parking lot. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but I don't think they really mean it. Like they're just having fun.
But
I don't think so. I'm sorry. You're burning a young woman's face in a pit. I don't like it.
But the Bills Mafia will also set a table on fire and dive through it themselves just for no reason.
Yeah, I think it's
kind of like
I think it's different though when you burn at somebody's face.
Well,
I don't like that.
And you know what? It backfired on them because all that's doing to Taylor is making her play with a chip on her shoulder.
Yeah.
Hey,
you've upset her.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce had a huge day yesterday.
And when Travis Kelce gets the touchdown, he throws up the heart sign up to the booth, and people were just going crazy. I love it because
okay, wait,
it's so funny.
All right, I hate to correct y'all, but it's not Travis Kelce. It's Taylor Swift's Travis Kelce.
Okay. That's right.
That's what it is.
People are like, whatever. Taylor could buy the Bills. Like, that's how much money she's got. But an interesting tweet that really blew up. If you think Jason Kelce going bonkers at a football game is cool, but are annoyed by Taylor Swift cheering, you might just hate women. That was one of the biggest tweets viewed over 2 million times.
Yeah, I saw one this morning where somebody was talking about the fact that every time that Travis Kelce makes a great play, we've got to see Taylor Swift. She's such an attention seeker. She's in a box cheering.
Yeah, what did she do?
Like, they just keep showing her. That is not her fault that they keep showing her. She's not even jumping out the window pounding beers with people. She's just sitting up there with her boyfriend's friends and family and stuff. Leave her alone.
Yeah, it's not a you hate women thing because you don't do that whenever they continuously show Taylor Swift's Travis Kelce when they show his mom up in there. Yeah. You don't get upset about that. It just means that you hate Taylor Swift, not all women.
Okay.
Just Taylor Swift.
Do not get the anger, though. I don't get the hate.
Oh, it is. It's a fun entertainment story. But I know a lot of people are just like, oh, my God, if I got to hear one more thing about Taylor and Travis.
Sure.
I get it. I get that sentiment as well. But they are now trending.
Yeah. You know, as soon as they lose, you'll quit hearing about it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah, which will probably be next week.
You think?
Yeah. It's going to be a hard game in Baltimore. There is a chance for you today to take the first step to change your life forever. That's the goal through our charity Peyton's Promise. It's called the first quarter of the rest of your life. $10,000 is on the line. We'll give you the details, tell you how to enter coming up next.
It's radio. It's a podcast. It's the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. More next.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
All guests of the Ace and TJ show stay at the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. Beautiful rooms, incredible dining options. Book your room by calling 980-299-7123. It's the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group. Attention Charlotte, treat yourself to a delicious meal that's made with fresh, seasonal ingredients and ready in just 20 minutes. Enjoy a fine dining experience without ever leaving your home. Head over to tableandtwine.com.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities, and we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
What would be life-changing for you and your family right now today. Football's still going on. We're in the first quarter of the year. If you divide the year up, in 3-month increments, there are 4 quarters to the year. You hear about that all the time. Thus, the name of something we do every year. This is our 2nd year in a row doing the first quarter of the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Hey, it's first quarter of the year, trying to start a year on a good foot, kind of change things for yourself. This is that opportunity to change your life forever, provided $10,000 would do that. Today, we launched the first quarter of the rest of your life, 2024. It is very easy to enter the first quarter of the rest of your life. It's all being done through our charity, Peyton's Promise. And you can find out more about Peyton's Promise at peytonspromise.org. But all you do is go to acetj.com/first. And there you'll see a link. Now, this is the way this has to work because there's information that we need as well. So please just don't start emailing us or DMing us why you need to be entered in this contest. Please go to acetj.com/first. Click the link to enter. We'll ask you a couple of questions. And then in 100 words or less, how would $10,000 change your life and set you up for a more successful life to help yourself and others? Very simple. Nothing to it. We did this last year, and we ended up helping a teacher who wasn't able to complete her additional education due to the time that she was spending at working a second job. This allowed her to catch up on her bills, quit her second job, finish up, and become a full-time teacher. So it had a huge impact on her life because it allowed her to kind of jump ahead a couple of years in her life and get started on a full-time career, which is very important. So again, in 100 words or less, how would $10,000 change your life and set you up for a more successful life to help yourself and others? acetj.com/first.
But we did make that teacher woman sign an agreement that she wouldn't try to indoctrinate small minds with communist ideals.
There you go. One of the questions is, if chosen for the next round, are you willing to be interviewed on video and have your story shared on the radio, all that kind of stuff. But other than that, it's a couple of simple questions. Name, phone number, email, how you listen to the show, and then in 100 words or less, how would $10,000 change your life and set you up for a more successful life to help yourself and others? It's very easy. Our goal is to change someone's life for the better forever. Super simple. Forever. And again, it's all done through our charity, Peyton's Promise. If you want to know more about Peyton's Promise, you can just go to peytonspromise.org to get more details about that. And these are the types of things that we do. So people wonder, we do golf tournaments and all kinds of things throughout the year to raise money for Peyton's Promise. Breaking and entering Christmas, a huge endeavor with Peyton's Promise, through Peyton's Promise. And now this, just as big with the first quarter of the rest of your life. So it's up on all of our social media. You can find it there. But again, please know we need you to do it this way. Fill out this form. We're not accepting any other entries without going through acetj.com/first. Why are you shaking your head, Riggin?
Yeah, that's an important note.
Because last year we got probably 100 or so entries just coming from different places. Here's my entry. Like, nope.
You got to do it.
We don't even read them.
It's how we keep track of those things.
Yeah. So acetj.com/first.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
All right, so there is a piece of audio going around that is the perfect thing that we need for a Monday morning. Put a smile on your face and make you feel better. There's also a piece of audio going around from the weekend. You don't disrespect Dolly Parton. And this is an ugly scenario where somebody disrespected Dolly Parton. Maybe not intentionally. It's coming up next.
Live in the morning and anytime you want it on the Ace and TJ family app. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. More next.
When it comes to your money and things like a cash out refi, you hear a lot of stuff these days. Information is flying around, but here's the bottom line. You want someone you can trust. Well, here is someone that we trust. Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies. We worked with Richard for years, and you know all the ins and outs, and more importantly, you give everybody options.
That's right. We have a lot of options. You know, this one lady, we just refinanced her house, paid off all of her credit card debts. She even paid her car off. She's saving $1,000 a month. So that really changes her life and her, you know, her financial well-being.
Yeah.
And she didn't have to make a house payment until 2024. So, I mean, there's not a better time to do it is when you need the extra money every month.
They call it cash out, is what we call it in the business.
Cash out.
Cash out.
That's right. Cash out.
So it's one free 5-minute phone call right now, 704-800-4719, 704-800-4719, or go to homewithrichard.com. Do it today. You'll be so glad you did. The Richard Toccato Companies. Should you buy? Should you sell? How do I present my house if I do want to sell it? All of those questions can be answered by the experts, and they can take care of you with the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. The Temple team knows everything there is to know about selling, marketing, and buying houses. So get in touch with them today at acetj.com/Temple team. The Temple team at Keller Williams Realty.
Bradham Brothers offers heating, air, and electrical installation and service that you can trust. Their family business has served thousands of customers with honesty and a smile for over 50 years. Go to bradhambrothers.com to schedule service or a free estimate today. New year, new you. Kickstart your journey to a healthier lifestyle by joining the Gaston County Family YMCA today. Family-friendly fun, expert trainers, and a welcoming community await. Make 2024 your healthiest year yet. Visit GastonYMCA.org for more info.
If you're so frustrated because you're having to run around all the time, you're so busy, you feel like you're not getting your family something great to eat, then you need Culver's. It's the perfect thing for you. Always made to order, fresh, hot ingredients all day, every day.
And not only do they have the freshest ingredients all day, every day, but they are a part of the community. They're proud to be a part of the Indian Trail community where they're under new ownership. Belmont, University area, Salisbury. Make them a part of your daily routine. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Get details at acetj.com/Culvers.
It's more than regular funny. It's extra funny. The Extra Funny podcast is live every weekday at 9 a.m. Eastern on the Ace and TJ Family app and available anytime where you get podcasts. Now, more Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
You do not disrespect Dolly Parton, an American icon, America's sweetheart. Everybody, no matter what type of music you're into, whatever, everybody seems to love Dolly Parton. Well, Friday night, there was a celebration of Dolly's 78th birthday at the Grand Ole Opry and Ryman Auditorium. And they had a variety of performers in attendance. One of those turned out to be Elle King. Now, Elle King is a fantastic singer, fantastic songwriter. Also, got pretty drunk before she showed up to perform for Dolly Parton's 78th birthday party. Has anybody else heard this? Have y'all seen it?
Is that Ron Schneider's daughter? Rob Schneider's daughter?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, and she was criticized for being too drunk on the New Year's Eve special she hosted too.
Well, here is Elle King. This is just one of the times that she went. Now, the other voice you'll hear in part of this is one of her band members just trying to kind of smooth things over as they're going along here.
You ain't getting your money back. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing is true. Good, because you ain't getting it. It's good. I'll tell you one thing more. Hi, my name is Elle King. I'm hammered.
She says she's hammered.
We're celebrating Dolly's birthday the good old fashioned way. Yeah, go ahead and tell them I'm celebrating Dolly's birthday. We celebrating Dolly's birthday with the bottle. I'll celebrate a birthday in one way or two. Elle, let's give them one of yours. How about that? I don't know. Go ahead. Why don't you give me this? Let me see. I'll tell you one thing. I can barely play another person's song. Let me see if I can play one of mine.
And she's messing up lyrics to Dolly Parton songs. And that poor band member's trying like, we can just, we can just do something else. Yeah. Celebrating with the bottle. Oh, yeah. And then eventually she messed up a song again and the curtain just closed. Show's over, everybody. Good night.
And then somebody said that she started singing, I'm drunk and I don't want to go home. Isn't that her song?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I love that song.
Is she a country singer now? She used to
Yeah.
sing pop
Yeah.
music.
Yeah,
She's now a
she
country
country.
singer. Is that accent real?
I don't know.
That I don't know. I've wondered the same
I mean, it's pretty heavy.
it's
what
pretty heavy.
else?
Am I
I'm like,
right?
if you're Rob Schneider's daughter, aren't you born in Hollywood?
And then this is why the internet exists, in my opinion. Reagan's found something that I have fallen in love with. Okay, it's from a high school basketball game in California. Now, bear in mind, the announcer is very loud.
Yeah, I'm worried about TJ because he's jumpy when it's loud noises. This is the epitome of that.
But this has gone viral. The announcer is also only 15.
Yeah.
I think he's 15 or 16 years old. This is so great.
Jet Kennedy guarding down low, and the steal. I can see a big one. Freeney. Oh my God! Sit down, little boy. Let the man fly. I don't care about the technical. He is up in the sky, sending it down, big man. Sam Freeney. Boom, 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 boom. That's a body. Put him in the sky and let him fly.
I don't care about the technical.
Boom. That's a body. Put him in the sky and let him fly.
Pretty funny.
That kid is loving life right there. That's what he was waiting on. And that's the caption I've seen it. Put him in the sky and let him fly. It's like, it reminds me of the guy that did the sports cast that time. It was so terrible, and he kept saying, "Now boom goes the dynamite."
Oh yeah.
And that became a catchphrase. But yeah, put him in the sky and let him fly.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Okay, so I did something over the weekend. Something I've never done before. And it was stressful. Very stressful. Details next.
Share Funny is now a little extra. The Extra Funny podcast coming up at 9 a.m. live on the Ace and TJ Family app and anytime wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime, thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/neogenics, Neogenics. Great food, great drinks, great service, and great atmosphere. You can find them all at one place. Fahrenheit on South Caldwell in Uptown Charlotte, 21 stories above the city. Get details and make reservations at acetj.com/Fahrenheit.
As a proven leader in managed IT services, CompuCom delivers innovative solutions designed for how you work today. They'll help you deliver results no matter where you are on your digital transformation journey. It's all at CompuCom. Go to CompuCom.com to find out more.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
When you need furniture for your house, it can be overwhelming if you don't know what you're doing. That's why the great team of designers they have at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture can help you throughout the process. Whether you're looking for a comfortable mattress, probably the most comfortable you've ever been on, bedroom furniture, living room furniture, it is all fantastic at Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture, and that family-owned and operated business can help you like no other. Go to acetj.com/mattress to check them out. acetj.com/mattress for Sweet Dreams Mattress and Furniture. Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show from the Calotren Studios. Lose weight the safe and effective way with Calotren. Go to acetj.com/weight loss to get details. Now, Ace and TJ. Ace and TJ.
Big events coming soon for the Ace and TJ show, and you get invited to those events by being a member of Ace TJ Prime. It's free. You get signed up there. And then if you get signed up for Ace and TJ Prime Plus, not only are you involved in all of the Prime events and the Prime rewards, and you win prizes and all this kind of stuff, but you've also got access to lots of other material, like TJ's political show. Riggins does a show every Monday night.
Yeah,
Riggins
didn't do
does
it last week because I was busy, but it's back.
Riggins will be doing his show tonight on Prime Plus, which happens live at what time?
7 o'clock.
7 Eastern. And more. So there's all kinds of stuff happening. So you can check all that out at acetj.com/prime. It is well known on this show that TJ is a fantastic chef. He's cooked for years. He loves it. He experiments. He's one of those people that can take something and add to it, take away, whatever the case may be, and kind of make it his own. It is also well known that I, after my divorce a few years ago, was just, I just eat peanut butter for dinner because it was easy. Didn't have to dirty the dishes that way. I am not what you would call skilled in the kitchen by any stretch of the imagination.
And have many times gone on record as saying that you hate it.
It's true.
Hate cooking.
That is true. I do not enjoy it. I don't find it to be relaxing. I find it to be very stressful. I've never liked it. But I find myself in a bit of a dilemma because I now have a 7-month-old son. And both of my parents have died. And my first two kids, Peyton and Cade, Cade is now 21. And if you don't know, Peyton passed away about 3.5 years ago. But their mom, my ex-wife, is from Louisiana also. So they grew up with a lot of Louisiana in their lives. All their grandparents from Louisiana cooking, staple of their diet, that kind of thing. Well, now it's just, there's me. Both of my parents have passed away. My wife is from Florida originally and moved to North Carolina. Her family's all from Florida and North Carolina. And so there's no Louisiana connection there. And it dawned on me recently, okay, if I want baby Dax to really have a feel for some Louisiana culture and all that and my experiences in life, that's going to fall to me, which means I've got to learn how to cook some stuff. So I decided last week, okay, I went to TJ's Fend for Yourselves show, which is on Ace TJ TV, our YouTube channel, and looked at some of the things he had cooked. And I was like, I think jambalaya is a good place to start. Jambalaya is where we're going to start. A traditional Louisiana dish. Actually, the TV station in our hometown where I grew up, their morning show used to be called Jambalaya. And so Saturday, I said, I'm gonna cook jambalaya for the first time in my life. And first off, if you've never gone and seen any of TJ's Fend for Yourselves video, not only are the videos entertaining and interesting if you're into cooking, but if you go to cook the stuff, he couldn't make it any easier because he's also got a website that you can match him up with, and it gives you exactly how much of all the stuff. So did my grocery shopping on Friday. I had to text TJ once from the grocery store, had a question. And I was very proud. I found he had to tell me the answer. He told me where to find it. And then, so Saturday I started cooking, and I don't, I'm not skilled, but I had to tell my wife at one point, hey, just I got it. Let me do this all by myself. I want to do this all by myself. And at one point though, she said, you need to take a deep breath and relax. I said, why? She goes, you are just stress eating snacks like crazy over there. That's true. I had a little extra sausage, so I put it all in a bowl, and I was just walking by grabbing handfuls of sausage, and I was eating chips and pretzels and just anything that was out, I was grabbing stuff and just eat. I was so stressed out by the whole thing.
Sometimes you got to snack.
It was a lot, though, Rob. It was very stressful. What?
You're making okay. I don't want to interrupt.
This is exactly what it was like, because it was very stressful.
You're freaking out.
Well, I wasn't going to do some old cheapo box of Zatarans like you do.
Okay. Oh. I can't wait to taste this stuff. I'm going to trash it. I wouldn't feed this to my dog.
Maybe you will. Maybe you would. I don't know. But after a couple hours, all the time, when I'm telling you, I followed TJ's recipe exactly. I followed it exact. And it turned out good. It's a little bit, I thought it was a touch too much salt. But I told TJ, I said, I must have mismeasured something along the way. And he said, oh, what about when you put the salt in the beginning and boiling the chicken? I might have put too much salt in there.
Yes, and maybe you got too much, your broth was too salty.
And then I realized, wait a minute. I didn't put the salt in the chicken. My wife did that.
Oh.
When I would put the chicken on to boil, she was doing the salt. I was doing something else, and she was putting salt in there. So I was like, I got her to blame for that.
Perfect. It's perfect. How was she very involved throughout the whole process, or just that part?
No, in the beginning she was trying to, and I said, look, please, I really want to do this. And she found it amusing. She was like, okay. He said, I said, I really want to do this all by myself. If I have a question, I'll ask. She did help me. My knife skills apparently were not very. I was having trouble with the onion. Starting out cutting the onion while my chicken was boiling. I was cutting my onion. She was, can I please show you one thing to make it easier with your knife? And I was like, please. She was like, don't use the tip. Cut like that. I was like, oh, that made a big difference. So then I was just, I was dicing. Mm-hmm. That's what we chefs do. We dice stuff. And so I was. This is the way I'm explaining it to you now. Imagine this times about 3 to 5. Was my stress level while this was all going on. Because I wanted it to be good, because everybody's going to laugh at me if it's not good. And everybody, I know they were dying to laugh at me anyway. Turns out my son liked it. Amanda thought, she goes, it's good. It's a little salty, but it's good. And now, though, I have her to blame for the salt.
It's perfect.
So anyway, I brought everybody something today. So try it, see if you like it or not. I'm sure it has flaws. First attempt. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Do you want my notes when I get back?
Absolutely.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Everyone's very proud of you.
Rob the food critic.
Now trending coming up next.
Don't miss the Extra Funny podcast coming up at 9 a.m. Eastern. Live on the Ace and TJ Family app, or download anytime wherever you get podcasts. More Ace and TJ coming up.